Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us for a special autoimmune table talk live with Dr. Maggie in the kitchen today.
Hell yes.
It's always exciting to see you in this environment because people have so many questions for you constantly about what does Dr. Maggie eat and what's the best diet for me
Yeah.
for this or for that. And today we're talking all about medical foods.
Yeah. I think that one of the most important ways to turbocharge a medical food to turbocharge you is always protein. Whether it's autoimmune disease, hormone imbalances, GI illnesses, allergies, I think that the biggest misconceptions a lot of people have is just about elimination of foods. And what's really missing from people's diets is, believe it or not, I see it all the time, is one is hydration. Okay. But the other thing is going to be the protein and the fat. Those are the missing things. And protein is, for some people, a very hard thing to stomach when they've had food trauma,
Mhm.
or they have food allergies, or they just feel like they don't want to eat all this stuff like bulk.
Mm.
So, what's a way to use a medical food to turbocharge getting protein in? And
Mm.
that's collagen. Okay. Pro-Collagen WB. I've been a huge advocate of collagen. If you guys are like, how the heck does she use collagen? There's a whole video on 10 ways to use collagen. And I will tell you, even in that video, I even put collagen and I was jumping up and down. There were some moves involved with my with my demonstration with 10 ways to use collagen. So if you missed it, put it in chat, 10 ways to use collagen. And what I want to talk about is just in the last, we're talking about the new year here and how to turbocharge your health this year. So how have I used even collagen in the last 48 hours? I want you to think of it medical food. So don't think of it as like, oh, it's medicine. It's a pill I got to use once a day, twice a day, 3 times a day. Think about it. It's a really easy way to get it in a meal that doesn't have enough protein. So really importantly, if you're making a smoothie, let's say, and you're like, I have trouble tolerating all these other protein powders that have a lot of other ingredients, throw a scoop of collagen in there. Okay, throw a scoop of collagen in there. This is a medical grade collagen that includes multiple kinds of collagen, and it's clinically shown to actually improve hair, skin, and nails. Data around it. I'm really big on supplementation or medical food that has data behind it, that's data driven. This isn't my opinion. This is actual studies that actually show this exact formulation of this collagen has clinical results. That's really important. Now, the thing is, it's also got other benefits. It's not just hair, skin, and nails, people. In chronic disease, what we think about is we all have digestion issues that makes it really hard, even if you eat the protein, to absorb it, to break it down to smaller bits. What about having protein that's already broken down into smaller bits? That's easily whoosh, goes right in and is digested. I mean, how important? I mean, Anne, how important has digestion been for you?
Oh my gosh, digestion was such a game changer for me. I was suffering with, as many people with autoimmune and these mystery symptoms that are autoimmune like, suffering for many years actually for me with not properly digesting my food, and I wasn't
Yeah.
properly digesting my nutrients. And as a lot of people that might be watching may or may not know, I went through the program recently, and it was a complete turnaround for me once I worked on my digestion and once I started on, yes, proper digestive enzymes. And now I don't have those issues. I mean, within 48 hours, I no longer had those issues. And so you feel good then too about the foods that you are eating, right? Because you know that
Well,
you're taking in those nutrients.
some of these diagnoses with IBS, with people with ulcerative colitis, Crohn's, even people with regular Hashimoto's rheumatoid arthritis. How many of you have digestive symptoms where just even stomaching the protein? How many people even eat protein and they get bloated or it's painful or it sits there?
Hmm.
Those are digestive problems. So you absolutely can help by overcoming digestion by getting educated about it. Our best selling product in the entire store is Digested, which is a multiphasic digestive enzyme that, by the way, if you have any chronic disease of any kind that I mentioned or I haven't even mentioned, and if you have autoimmunity, do you know genetically 90% of you don't even have the first step of digestion down, which is stomach acid? So for me, Digested, it's a prelude to medical food to biohack your 2023. So we address digestion that way, right? But then again, okay, I'm going to take a digestive enzyme with my regular meals, and that's going to already biohack 2023, and I'm going to absorb everything, right? What's the point of eating all that expensive food, getting it down, not to absorb it? But then again, you're like, I still have trouble digesting chicken, let's say, or beef. What can I do? This is where a medical food comes in because it is a nutrient dense, all protein, single ingredient protein, already broken down to little bits, really easily digestible, shoosh, going straight into your gut. It actually, collagen also is an important protein because it coats the gut. So it actually has gut healing properties, as well as once the protein gets into your bloodstream, blood sugar stabilizing properties. So I mean, that's why I'm like, I get all excited about all the things collagen does, but all the 10 ways I use it. But I digress because there's a whole separate video about it. But what I will say is, I would like to focus on how have I used it in the last 48 hours. Do you want to hear that, Ann?
I would love to hear it. I just do want to tell you too, we're getting so many comments from people talking about how Digest It has helped them as well. Absolutely a very popular supplement. Margaret's saying I use it every day. Okay, so we were going to talk about 48 hours.
How I use this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So number one is that think about it as it can actually supercharge protein into any liquid that you drink. So if you can't chew your food, you can't tolerate a lot of volume, then what do you drink?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So number one, can you put in your dang water? Yes.
Wow. Okay. And talk about, does it have a flavor?
No, it does not. So that's the cool part about this, is why it's really great in cold or warm beverages, because it doesn't add any flavor to it. So can you put in your water? Yeah. And I tell people in our 10-day water challenge to start the morning off with lemon in water. And the biohack on that is, why aren't we starting our morning with blood sugar, grounding our blood sugar with throwing a scoop of collagen right in it? And I have another biohack. So the other thing is, in our store is our Immune C Fizz. So that's vitamin C, that's lemon flavored, in a powder, highly dissolvable. So if you don't have lemon, or if it's cold and flu season, throw the vitamin C powder straight into the water along with the collagen. So not only are you getting the protein in your water first thing in the morning, how about boosting your immunity and preventing yourself from getting cold and flu first thing in the morning also? One glass of water. So now that is a medical food that's totally packed in multiple ways. If you're interested in learning more about the products and the results that you're seeing here, go ahead and click the link above or below this video and check out MYMD Biotherapeutics.